He's hooking. He's hooking. Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. He's hooking. He's hooking. Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. He's hooking. He's hooking. Damn, Ron, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
They say freedom isn't free. And tonight, as we look upon this simple table and remember the ones who paid the price but never came home, this is the missing man table. Each piece tells a story. The small table, for one, symbolizes the isolation of our prisoners of war. The white cloth represents the purity of their service, their willingness to answer the call. The single red rose reminds us of families who still wait year after year, hoping for word of their loved ones' return. The lemon is bitter, just like their fate. The salt, the tears of those left behind. The glass is inverted. The chair left empty because they are not here. But their spirit remains. Their sacrifice endures. Here in Andrews, South Carolina, we're doing something powerful, something historic. We're building a POW MIA monument, one of only a few in the entire state of South Carolina, to honor those who were taken and those who never returned, a place where generations can come to learn, reflect, and remember, a place where their stories live on. But we can't do it alone. We need your help, your donations, your support, your voice to bring this monument to life. Every dollar brings us one step closer to honoring our heroes right here at home. So join us, be a part of history. Donate to the POW Monument of Andrews, South Carolina. For those still missing, for those who never came home, for those we will never forget.
Yo, hey Deacon, what's going on, man?
All right, everybody, welcome to you see where we are. We're Real Talk Tuesday. Here we are.
Oh man, dude.
All right, yeah, we here. I'm having a little lagging issue right here, but I'm seeing everything coming across good. So I'm gonna just roll along as if everything is good. But see what we got going on here, man. Why am I?
All right, sir, I'm ready now.
All right, there we go. I was. Listen, I'm like, hey, you didn't get the memo. You know what I mean?
If the pastor gonna be in a jacket, I gotta put a jacket on, brother.
Here we go. Real Talk Tuesday, 2026 edition. You know what I mean? So we rolling right now. But listen, I want to start off by letting everybody know that on January 19th in the town of Andrews, we'll be celebrating the life of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. That's going to take place January 19th at noon. The keynote speaker is an Andrews native. Let me go ahead and throw that in there. One, Dr. Jamie Ogre. Excuse me, he's from Big Dam. He's from Andrews, but he's from Big Dam. Okay.
Oh man, you about to start something?
Yes, sir. Let me put the whole address on that. But that's the keynote speaker is none other than the Dr. Jamie O. Gramp Sr. He is the current pastor of St. John Baptist Church in Columbia, South Carolina. The march starts at Andrews Town Hall, which is located at 101 North Morgan Avenue in Andrews. And from there, they're going to march. We're going to march down to, I'll be down already down there, but going to march down to the monument. And that's where the program is going to take place. Don't know what you guys have in store for a program, but it definitely has grown over the years. So I look forward to it this year. If you can't make it for some reason, you should be there if you can. But if you can't, it'll be live, going out live right here on Andrews the podcast. You catch all of the action right here.
And we've also added pastor, and he's also the moderator for the Jerusalem Association, Pastor Coakley.
Okay.
He's going to, he'll be on the program as well. And so these are two of our leaders here in across South Carolina, and certainly just Georgetown and abroad, because Pastor Coakley's duty covers about 46 different churches as a moderator, and he's also a pastor here in Georgetown. And of course, Dr. Graham, his responsibility takes him across the state as well. So as you said, the program is growing, doing very well. We'll have some others on there. We will really focus on getting our kids involved. So Amir is going to be with us. He will bring the purpose. Our Girl Scouts will be there, and we're looking for the young men that's associated with our new Councilman Brian Gary in the YMCA. And so those young men will be with us as well. So it's starting to expand. So we need folks to come out and support this. And again, it's for to recognize the work, legacy, and sacrifice of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And it's interesting, as I was doing a little research, so the things that he, and I won't get too deep into it right now, but I think it's important to know, as we've seen events unfold across America now, we see changes in the Constitution. We see things, just a lot of things changing that he really fought for, obviously during his time in civil rights and all that business, man. And in the march, so the march that Andrews put on, so we'll march and then we have the program, as you stated, in the city of Georgetown, they will have the parade. So and someone else is doing something. So all of those things kind of replicate actions that Dr. King, took again towards, getting civil rights and things for people, people of all colors. And you see what's happening right now, again, what's happening. And it seemed like those things are attempting to be reversed. And that's a whole podcast, alone. And then you look at it, we'll talk a little bit about the monks and the freedom and I think it's the peace walk. That entire is symbolic in my mind of Dr. King's marches and those things from different places to address different issues. And so, all
right, man, go ahead. We started off peaceful. You already throwing low, don't you?
Hey, look, it's two sides to every story.
Yes. So go ahead, sir. But go ahead about the. Hold on a second. Let me give you some visual aid to talk about the Shaolin. The Buddhist monks, whatever. And I don't have no problem with the monks. Their message is peace, right? Absolutely, man. Everybody's got a good message of peace. Where is that? Oh, there they are, right there. But go ahead about the walk across.
So again, the walk across, and it started out down in Texas and will end I think back in October, and it will end in DC sometime in February. I think they're currently now moving through North Carolina, and it'll be Virginia, Maryland, those kind of things, places. But again, I think this is like a 2,300 mile walk, and again, focus on peace and and I think in my mind is to bring the temperature down of what we've been experiencing in America here for some time now, because what we tip the scale one way or the other. I'm talking me in America. Across, if things happen here, it's going to have a ripple effect across the entire world, and we're seeing that for various reasons. And so for them to be here and again to try to get things, or to help us focus on what's really important, and it's about people and approaching things in a more peaceful manner. So you look at this effort as we're now moving into next week, where we're celebrating the legacy of Dr. King. I think a lot of things now history starting to repeat itself. And so if we get, we take some time to kind of drill down into that, I think we will see. We got to get away from a lot of this inflammatory things that are happening, because otherwise we all will be at each other. You're starting to see some of the effects in communities down at the local level. And so that's kind of my take, kind of a broad take on, again, this time we're going to, Dr. King, you see the monks and you see what's happening. And so, people can come up with their own conclusion. But that's
So,
kind of
I got a ton of jokes to go along with it, but I'm gonna save that for the stage because I'm planning a comedy show in town.
yes, sir.
And I think I'll unload them. But I'll take this time right now to shift the focus because this is something that I talk about that I want to take this time instead of dumping on the monks. I want to bring you guys attention to a walk across America that has been going on now for the last 223 days by this pastor who was once known as the rooftop pastor. He was on the rooftop in Chicago and on the rooftops over in O Block. And everybody, you've heard about O Block and how violent O Block is. Well, this brother right here is walking across America, and I would encourage you guys to check on his progress. You see his website right here is he's the founder of Project Hood, and what he's doing, he's engaging the community in a different way. I understand, what the monks are doing, but this is something that I wanted to, to throw out there. Just let's not forget about this brother right here. Is a pastor again out of Chicago. His name is Corey Brooks. He's the founder of this organization, and he's again there. You see images of him right there. You can go and find out and check out his story. I'm gonna leave it up to y'all. I ain't gonna try to tell his story because it's being well documented. Obviously not as well as the Shaolin monks, but what this brother's message is about, man, is about you see he got them hard hats there and restoring accountability and respectability. Now this thing is big now. He's raised over $20 million in doing what he's doing, but it just hasn't caught the eyes of like the Charlemagne the Gods and the mainstream media and like that. So, but guess what? We got you right here at Real Talk Tuesday.
But that's important. And again, because I wasn't aware. And again, a lot of our input, our focus comes through the media and social media, TV, those kind of things. And it's unfortunate because I would tell you, it's going to take more than just the monks walking. It's going to take more than, this pastor and others. And I think there's a gentleman out there, I think is making his way across America on a motorcycle. I don't want to promote him without knowing his cause. I thought it was featured because they did get some airtime. But it's that, I think to us who are not aware of all of this, that's why it's important for us to, do some research, not just do research, but then what are we doing individually to affect change in this current environment that we're in,
and connecting with people that is affecting change. And again, I'm not dumping on the monks, but you can connect with Corey Booker. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just that was my. I'm sure it came off wrong.
Brooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, Booker is the
I'm sorry, the ousted politician. Yeah, Brooks.
Is he ousted?
Yeah, he said something about them about the juice. And you can't. That's a no.
Oh wow! But again, it's those kind of things. The Candace Owens of the world, those are kind of people who are catching the attention. I think you mentioned to me that she's now is the most followed in,
number one. Hey, you see, I'm trying to get there, baby. Hey, they're telling me, hey, they say 50, like 50 cents, man.
You dressing sharp like that, you're gonna break 1 million tonight. But yeah, so again, all of that it's all input. You got to have a filter, obviously, and so I think it still comes back to the individual. What are we doing individually, as a community? And so if you look at the theme for Dr. King, celebration this year, make sure I get this thing right.
I got you right there. Bringing community. Excuse me, building community, uniting a nation. Yep. And that's kind of both of what they're doing. Them guys are on the national, both on the national level. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
building the community, uniting the nation.
Right. And it's not enough. So as these celebrations and reflection on Dr. King and what's happening here, hopefully we all don't walk away from this thing after the monks have reached DC and gone back home, and the celebration of Dr. King's legacy is in the past. Hopefully we don't forget. So how do we take these things then and begin to affect change?
Back to what you said just now, individual. It's an individual decision that you have to make, that I am going to be accountable. It ain't, and I mean, you could do it group, in a group, holding your fellow man accountable in that way, but it comes back to the individual. Yeah.
And so as we, I've never, I'll be honest with you, I have not read or fully understood what America First means, but it's not playing out in my mind. If we say America First, we're going to make sure we take care of things here for our people, the things that Americans need. That was good campaign. That was a good campaign strategy. That was like the yes we can. That was another good, a good. Means nothing, and it should, because but again, we look at what we're just talking about, those actions taken by a few, and we look at what's happening in the streets of America, in the homes, and and around in local communities. It is not a reflection of what we all know and believe that America should be. We don't, and a lot of it is Americans now, because again, this whole, and again, I know I'm probably tailing off into a subject we're not.
No, because it all dovetails into, that's what I mean, when you say America First, the first thing I say, man, listen, don't talk to me about no America First and we in Venezuela. That's the problem, that's what causing that big friction in the Republican Party. And Lakeisha, I see you back there. We're coming to you, baby. That's that big friction, is that you told some of these young people America First, and they actually, they took the bait.
Right. And then, but we got to, that I think it has to be clearly defined. What does that mean? And I think in the layman's mind is that if we say Americans are first, then it's things that we should be doing, policies, actions that take care of Americans, especially those that are the vulnerable, the underserved, and we all should be coming together. It's not, nobody's looking for a social program. We're looking, what are we doing as
well? And that's the thing. America First is not about a social program. It's about these funds that we shifting, that we sending to do these actions down in Venezuela. That money could be used to help the vulnerable on the streets here. Okay, that money could be used to help to fight this fentanyl crisis that we're dealing with. That's what the America First is that the folks in DC is almost, to me, it's like how the people in, and I'm speaking for the people in the prospective new town in Georgetown County, how they feel about their relationship with Georgetown, with the county council. They're speaking, they're yelling. It's like a dog screaming at the moon, and they're not getting no feedback. And so that's what these younger Republicans are saying. You'll see it in the midterms. You will see it in the midterms.
Yeah. So it's got, and again, that's all of us. If we take down all of the walls that we built, these firewalls in terms of parties and class and all of the stuff, and say, look at people. Mm-hmm. What are we doing as an individual? Can I assist my neighbor? What are we doing as a community? Can I do this? State and on up to the national level. That, to me, in a simply stated, is really what America First should be about. And hold each other accountable. Don't get me wrong, because again, if you can do, you should be doing. But again, it's too many. I mean, the veterans. We look at how many homeless veterans we have. These folks have gone out here. I'm always going to be on the side of our veterans. Are we doing enough for them?
No.
Take one of those billions,
exactly,
and invest it in our veterans and their care, because they just don't understand. You're a veteran, you know the anxiety you may have and had to fight through to be an effective sailor out there on that ocean. I was telling a lady the other day, it was this Army versus, I think she was talking about one of her kids who decided to go in the Navy versus anywhere else. I was like, hey, look, anything more than a cup full of water is too much for me. So I'm a land warrior. But if you think about those things that you go through as a Navy person yourself, it weighs on you. You fight through it. We're trained to go through it, but you don't know the psychological impact. You don't even have to go to war to have, to suffer from PTSD or to have your body just torn down from out here serving and doing those tough things. I think you were talking to me today about the impacts on our joints and those kind of things that this out in that.
Listen, if you spend a considerable amount of time on a ship, you're walking on steel and non-skid.
Yeah.
Okay.
And all of that is in the defense of this country and our allies. And we're telling people in its facts, there's only 1% of Americans, 1% that qualify to meet the requirements to even serve because of the standards. So then you have this population, and then that 1% is out here doing all the hard business to ensure that the borders of this country is safe, and that we're going abroad to take care and defend the same things for our allies. And then they're going to come back home and have to live on the street.
And that's,
it's unthinkable. I mean, it is. So that's America. That should be a part of the America First effort that all of us should be getting after.
Yeah. And I mean, again, when you, and for me, again, when you say America First, it is just, it's going to be a face with too many hypocrisies. I mean, like,
yeah, because we're slaves to parties. We're slaves to class, and God forbid, a Democrat speaking on things that make sense that a Republican has put out there, or vice versa. Yeah. They won't do that. Nobody will do that for the life and safety of the sustainment of people.
But then it's got to be this group that's sitting back, this small group that's sitting back that benefits from this chaos, this constant chaos. This again, I don't care how good your idea is. I don't care about it because it's coming from you, and you got an R by your name or you got a D by your name, and it's just it's a beautiful system, man.
Yeah, we've created a system that just fights against everything that is ethically and morally right. Seriously. And you say the beneficiaries, those that are the rich keep rich and richer domestically, and then our adversaries, they're enjoying the fact that we're appearing to be imploding. And some of them are influencing what's happening over here in this country.
Absolutely.
So as long as we talk about some of the internal distractions, we'll say squirrel because of something over here, the Epstein file that nobody wants to really talk about. We want to keep that hidden. We'll throw something over here, or the same thing on that side. These guys, the adversaries, doing the same thing.
Yes, it's
same thing. So
I often say that it's crazy how. If you go back and you say, like, watch some videos of Fred Hampton and listen to him speak, and now you got to keep in mind this man was killed at the age of 21. So you're looking at a 19, 20-year-old man speak, and with all of the technology now, you think people would be more advanced in their thinking and their speaking and their ideology and all this stuff, and that's not the case at all. It's the exact opposite, and I think that's the way that they wanted it.
Yeah. So and we can, and I know we're going to come back because it seems like all things lead back to what we're talking about now. But I will tell you, we have a young lady on. I think she's still in the waiting room.
I tell you what, let me do this part right here before you do that.
Yes,
Join
sir.
us for an unforgettable evening of elegance, purpose, and community at the 5th annual Keep the Beat Gala. This signature event brings together supporters, leaders, and change makers for a night of music, culture, and meaningful impact. Hosted by the NOLA Network, this gala supports a mission rooted in one simple belief: that every individual deserves access to the resources they need to live their healthiest lives. When you attend, you're not just attending an upscale masquerade experience. You're standing with fine organizations committed to health, equity, and community well-being. So join us on Saturday, February 28th from 7 to 10 p.m. at 698 West South 4th Street in Seneca, South Carolina. Tickets are available now, including early bird specials, VIP, and also couple options. Visit thenolanetwork.org to purchase tickets and to learn how you or your organization can become a donor and a supporter of this incredible organization. Remember, dress to impress, wear your mask, and help us keep the beat for health, for community, and for change. Thank you.
Oh man, hey, that's big. Hey, Keisha, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Welcome to Andrew's podcast here, Real Talk Tuesday. I'm stealing some of Jamal's line right there.
Welcome back, Ms. Benson. How are you?
I'm excited. I'm wonderful. I'm on my way on the highway. Me and my partner here, Mia, we are not my romantic partner, like my partner at work. I just thought about that.
Because we was wondering over here. That's the first thing we thought. That's so bad right there.
No, sir. Her husband might be on here. We don't want to get nobody the wrong idea. We're on our way to Atlanta. We have a heart screening, and we have to be there at 7 a.m. So to beat that traffic, we're just going to go on down tonight. So yeah. So
yeah, I know you're traveling, and I don't know if you had an opportunity to hear the commercial or the promo that was just ran.
I did. It was wonderful. I was impressed.
Did you get to see it?
No, I'm driving. I didn't.
Okay,
look.
we know. Yeah, we will, and we won't keep you because I know you're driving. You just came out of your council meeting here shortly, so you have a long day and you had a long day and a long ride. Just for people to know, Lakeisha Benson, Dr. Lakeisha Benson, is also councilwoman of the Seneca, South Carolina City Council, and a good friend of mine. We all met obviously through our interest in government and what we do here for our communities. And so what I learned as we became familiar with each other is that Keisha lost a son, and she'll tell us a little bit about it, due to sudden cardiac arrest. She'll give us a story on it, but it's something that happens all the time. It's very little to no warning, and our young athletes are really dying because we're not aware. It's not enough information, not enough of the resources around. And so from that, Lakeisha started the organization, which is NOLA. And again, briefly, what they do and where she's headed to right now is conducting screening across South Carolina. And apparently now you're branched out into Georgia and Florida, going down and screening these young athletes, again, to see whether there is any type of heart defect. And getting ahead of this situation, so then something can be done about it. And Keisha, I'll pause there. You can tell us a little bit more, and we won't keep you long again because we know you're driving. Focus on that, but talk to us a little bit about the program and about the gala that's coming up here shortly.
I think we just lost her here.
Lost her?
Yeah.
Okay, she comes back, but that's the gist of it. We're going to bring that to this side of the state as well, to Georgetown County, Williamsburg County. She has done some work already to screening at
Frank, I'm sorry.
You're back?
No, you're fine. You're fine.
You're good. But
Okay.
Tell us a little bit about, I was trying to introduce the folks to you and some of the work that you do, and you can talk to us as much as you can about NOLA and the gala.
Right. So I am, as Mayor McCleary said, I am a councilwoman for the city of Seneca, and that's where I'm born and raised. So I think our name NOLA throws people off a little bit. We are not from New Orleans. I have, in fact, never been there. Um, NOLA actually stands for No Other Life Affected. And my son, the reason we got started is because my eldest son, Vari Benson, was playing basketball while he was in college with a group of friends and collapsed. He had a sudden cardiac arrest that was fatal. And, it's just something that, honestly, no parent is prepared for. He was 21 years old, perfectly healthy, played sports from the time he was 6. And, I just did not realize when it happened, his brother was preparing to go play at South Carolina State. And, we had to pump the brakes. He had to go get all kinds of tests around to make sure that he did not also have an issue. And they said, well, it's just so rare that it was hard to catch. So I laid around and I was a little sad and, a little sad. I was angry. I was sad. I was, but I felt like there was nothing that we could do about it because it was so rare. And 2 years later, my best friend from like my entire life, she had a cardiac arrest as well. And I just remember when Vari had his, they said it's so rare, it's like lightning striking. And when her daughter, Mia is her daughter, that's who's with me now. She called me and she said that her mom had a cardiac arrest. We were 40 years old at the time, and I just remember thinking, well, lightning's not supposed to strike twice in the same place. And so just knowing that, that's when I began to do the research and saw that it is in fact not as rare as they said. They acted like it was just a few hundred kids a year, but in fact studies say it's 23,000 kids a year. And I thought, well, why didn't we know about this? I worked with kids. I was a teacher in a classroom for 5 years. I was a counselor at a group home where children lived. And I know that I coached track for a few years, I think 4 years. And I had never really heard much about it, and certainly knew that we weren't prepared to have responded had it happened in any of my places of employment when I worked with kids. So I thought, well, we've got to get the word out about this. And then when I found out that there were just simple tests that could have prevented it, and my physician told me my son's condition was survivable had he ever been checked, but it's not the standard of care in the United States to do those particular tests for students. Then I thought, well, we're not going to wait for we have to get ahead of the medical system and we have to implement it. So that's when we started our Keep the Beat initiative. And the whole goal behind that is to prevent sudden cardiac arrest, but on the back end, it's also to increase your chance of survival when one does occur. And so we teach students CPR for free throughout the state of South Carolina. We provide low-cost CPR certifications. And one of the the things that what we're traveling to do tonight, we provide preventive heart screenings, which is essentially an ECG or EKG. So, I'm 47, I've had several. So when you get a certain age, you get them sometimes, but they're not doing those for young people most of the time. And when you do get one, a lot of times, if you were to go to your doctor and just ask for one as a student, unless you were having some significant symptoms, your insurance wouldn't pay for it, and it's pretty costly. It's between $150 to $400 out of pocket, and a lot of families can afford that, but we can do it for $20. So we do it for $20 for every student that wants it, and we never turn a student away for inability to pay. So if you can't pay for it, then it's free, because $20, your family not having $20 should not cost you your life. And so that's what we do. I feel like I was just rambling. So
no, that's very informative. And again, we appreciate you taking the time. What you and I spoke briefly there's some I know funding is very limited, which is, a lot of our discussion when we are on the phone. But I understand now that there's some legislative action that's in progress to make this testing mandatory. I think we may have lost her again. But what's happening right now? There are a few. Are you there, Keisha? Okay, so
go ahead. She just popped back in, but go ahead.
Okay, yeah. So there's some legislative action ongoing right now to now make this a part of the screening for the examination for our athletes. And I'm not so sure how I think this started in January of 24, this bill. And in my opinion, it should, based on all of the incidents, and as this thing, again, as Keisha just said, there's not very much warning, if any, before this, before these young folks collapse. It should be a no-brainer to get this passed. But Keisha, you want to talk a little bit about the this and I can't recall what it's called, but this legislative action that's going right now.
So there's been a couple of times I think it's been introduced. Sometimes it hasn't gotten out of committee. So I think what they're trying to do is to add it on. So right now there's legislation that for your child to participate in sports, they have to have a sports physical, of course. So I think the newest legislation they're trying to introduce is for them to also have to have an ECG one time between 7th and 12th grade. Now, if I'm going to be honest with you, that's really not enough. But I guess that's more. I don't want to beat them down, but if I get in front of these legislators, I'm going to let them know. For instance, I can just spit off so many statistics, but like in Italy, for instance, this is their standard of care. All of their students are screened every other year, and they have decreased their incidence of sudden cardiac arrest by 98%. And so for America to be the richest country in the world, we could do it if we prioritized it. But it is not a priority right now. I'm thankful to the legislators that want to introduce it, but we've been doing this for years and years, and I can tell you a student that's screened in 7th grade may not present with the issue in 7th grade, but by the 11th grade they might. So what we do is we encourage you every other year from puberty until adulthood. So essentially from the age of 12 to 22, you should be screened every other year, because a lot of this is genetic conditions. And most of it is a genetic condition. And a lot of times, due to hormones or whatever, it exacerbates it. And that's when it starts to present itself, which is why it's not caught a lot of times. Another thing to say is with symptoms, right? I said that your doctor, your insurance won't pay for it unless your doctor requires it because of you displaying symptoms. In 50% of students, the first symptom is death. And I remember reading those statistics, and that was just baffling to me. But for 50% of people, the very first time that they noticed something was wrong was when that student died. That is not the case with my son. My son had symptoms. He was seen by 2 different physicians that essentially cleared him and said nothing was wrong. And yet it was. But what they did not do was the testing that we are doing.
Right. Well, again, we applaud you for your efforts. We pray for you because I know it's tough. And again, you just gotta live with this. It's not during February or any other. It's every day you lose it. When you lose a child to something like this, it could have potentially been prevented or at least diagnosed early on. So we're talking. We're gonna get up there on the hill and talk to these folks at some point in time.
Because I just texted someone, our friend Caesar, who talks about this all the time. So this is one of them things that again, the number you said, this is not a rare thing. Not when what you said, over 20 something thousand kids are affected by this, and the symptom is death.
Yeah.
50% of them. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
50%. The first symptom is death. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, and that gets back, Jamal, to when we're talking about again this big umbrella you call America First.
America First. Exactly.
Something like this.
Exactly.
Priority.
Exactly.
That's what I'm getting at.
I would say 2 years ago, I was on Capitol Hill talking to them to pass the Smart Heart Act, which they did pass unanimously, but that was to try to get some money in the schools to for AEDs and things of that nature. And I will just never forget. It was a South Carolina representative, and they were asking, "Well, how much does an AED cost?" And I said, "It's cheaper than a funeral."
Damn, that's what I'm saying.
Wow.
It's cheaper than a funeral.
It's cheaper than a funeral.
You know, it's just very easy to say, because we have money for what we want money for. We'll spend money on things that are not going to move the needle, because it's easy for them to say when it's just, you know, I don't know how many people we have in the country, right? But maybe 23,000 is a small number percentage-wise. But if it's your child, it's way too many. And I saw one stat, and this was before it was studied, and they thought it was just about 7,000 kids a year. That equated to one student every hour, every day. That's a classroom of kids wiped out every day. So just so you could visualize that. And now they know the numbers are significantly higher. And specifically, I'm not going to talk out to death about the numbers, but I'd say specifically in our community, a big issue with that is our students, especially the males, they are 7 times less likely to be diagnosed even when they have symptoms.
Wow.
So take with that what you may.
Well, again, we applaud you. You know, I'm here with you. We're gonna move this thing, and you know, Jamal is on the team. You'll see him. I think you get to meet him on the 28th when he comes up to
absolutely
to the gala. And can you tell us a little bit about the gala? Yes.
So you know, now that I've given you the doom and gloom statistics, because we do want people to pay attention to that, we want you to know this event is a celebration, because we don't just do this because my son died. We did it because he lived. And so this is a celebration of the lives. We honor the lives that were lost, but we celebrate the lives that we've saved, because we can say that we saved 9 student lives this year just from the screenings that we've done. So in 2025. So every year we are identifying students that previously did not know they had heart conditions just through the tests we do. So we get to celebrate that and have a good time. So we love to say we have it's a party with a purpose. We have the best food. Frank can attest to that. We try to have good food, a great band, good times. You know, so you come, you hear a little bit, you get invested in what we do, and then you just get to dance, because I say all the time, my son was 21 years old. He didn't want to have, I know he's in heaven rolling his eyes if we had a little stiff event that was not fun. And we don't want to have anything that I don't think he would have wanted to come to. So it's very classy. You get to dress up, have a good time, but we want everybody to have fun. We want you to leave with, you know, to be invested in the work we do, but with a smile on your face, and, you know, purpose in your heart to go out and help us prevent this from happening again. So come on out with us.
Yeah, we'll be there. We're gonna share this information as Jamal has been already. But again, also information in there. How do you contribute or donate to this effort? Because again, 9 is great. The numbers in terms of where you've been able to reach. There's hundreds, probably 1,000 that you've already tested, but it's still that's just one effort. We need everybody to get involved. We need these things there. We need to get folks with these AEDs into your classrooms, into your wherever there's a large gathering. I mean, we lost a very good friend, Mr. Al Green, to a heart attack. And so then it's, it doesn't discriminate in terms of, your age, race, none of that business. So it's all, again, a part of this effort. And what we believe that is America first, our people first. Let's get involved and do what we can to help with this effort that Keisha has started here. So that's kind of where we are. We'll continue to push this, and we'll certainly see you. Well, I'll see you next week.
I'm looking forward to it, Colonel.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We're going to go out there and learn a little bit more about how to do, the job that we've been elected to do as well. So it's a lot of things going on. Be safe out there. Any Jamal, and I'll be quiet. Or any parting words?
No, I just wanted to let everybody know, especially, man. Listen, this is a destination event, so go to the website if you can't make it. But the early bird special will close out on January 17th. So go ahead over to the website. Just go over to the website and educate yourself to what's going on. You guys, we love high school football. We follow sports, and it's the kids that this is happening to. And so, get smart on it. And I look forward to coming up to Seneca. I love that part of the country anyway. So, but
listen, we look forward to having you. I can tell you, not to brag, we have people come we had somebody come from Arizona last year. We have people who come from all over the state of South Carolina, and I always hear it's the best event of the year. So y'all come on up to the upstate. Let us show you how we get down.
Hey, are we going to get that tour of the Clemson facility?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, just right there, Seneca and Clemson are neighbors.
No doubt. Hey, I got a partner up there that has coffee. Trey Cox. What's the name? I can't even. I should have had that thing. But I'm gonna go visit Trey while I'm up there.
Is he in Seneca or Green?
He's in Clemson actually.
Clemson. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Clemson,
I like to be. Yeah.
We love to say Clemson is the university. Clemson is a little small town. This is just the university. Seneca's the city. Come on up.
And there's some historical sites we plan. Yeah, we're going to go out and see some of these historical sites. There's a big effort through the SC 250 that's ongoing. We want to see what's happening there. Of course, I personally have interest in what's happening there. So we're going to make it a good time. We're all going to have a good time for a great purpose. And so thank you for joining us, Keisha. And again, safe travels to you and the young lady that's with you. And we'll be talking to you soon.
Okay. Leanne, want to say bye?
Bye. Thank you for having us.
Yes, ma'am. Y'all be safe out there.
Okay. Bye, guys.
All right. Yeah. All right, man. Listen, I'm going to run that again real fast, and then we'll switch to something else here. But if I can find it. There it is. Here we go. Join us for an unforgettable evening of elegance, purpose, and community at the 5th annual Keep the Beat Gala. This signature event brings together supporters, leaders, and changemakers for a night of music, culture, and meaningful impact. Hosted by the NOLA Network, this gala supports a mission rooted in one simple belief: that every individual deserves access to the resources they need to live their healthiest lives. When you attend, you're not just attending an upscale masquerade experience. You're standing with fine organizations committed to health, equity, and community well-being. So join us on Saturday, February 28th from 7 to 10 p.m. at 698 West South 4th Street in Seneca, South Carolina. Tickets are available now, including early bird specials, VIP, and also couple options. Visit thenolanetwork.org to purchase tickets and to learn how you or your organization can become a donor and a supporter of this incredible organization. Remember, dress to impress, wear your mask, and help us keep the beat for health, for community, and for change. Thank you. In times of trouble, You need someone who knows the law, knows the community, and knows how to fight for you. The law offices of Caesar McKnight, right here in Kingstree, South Carolina, is committed to protecting your rights and protecting your future. From criminal defense, personal injury, to family law. When the stakes are high, experience matters, and so does someone who listens. Call today and get a competent, passionate, and effective legal team on your side. Because when life hits hard, you don't have to go through it alone. The law offices of Caesar McKnight, justice for real people, serving the Kingstree and surrounding South Carolina communities. Call now or visit the website today or stop by for a free consultation.
This May, Kingstree, South Carolina becomes a place of remembrance and reflection. Join us for a powerful two-day commemoration marking the 60th anniversary of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s 1966 call to march on ballot boxes. Together, we honor the past, examine the promise, and shape the future. Friday, May 8th and Saturday, May 9th, 2026. For more information, contact C. Williams Rush at 803-397-1859.
Yep, yeah.
Well, that's huge right there. And somebody said, well, that's Dr. King in May. What's the significance behind this event?
That's when Dr. Martin Luther King was on the ground in Kingstree. He only visited 3 places in South Carolina. Okay. And one of them being Kingstree, South Carolina, on Mother's Day weekend. It was a rainy weekend, according to footage that I've seen. But Miss Rush and her protege P. Laura are gonna, they're heading this organization, the William C. Rush Museum, and all this whole thing is putting on this commemoration. It's a 2-day event, and it's going to be a gala involved with that. I was struggling with the pronunciation of that gala. I was that's why I was calling you for the other day. It's like, how do you say that? I meant to call Wilson because I know she would have hit me with that.
Oh yeah, you're gonna get the proper terminology, pronunciation, all that stuff.
Yeah, but did you? I spoke with a guy. He said he was like 5 years old when he was there. When did they?
He said it was in what, 66?
I'm not sure. Somebody in the comment section, if you remember when Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. came to thing.
Let me see. I don't know. Well, I will tell you this. No, I did not know anything about it until recently when I saw this. In fact, I think I spoke to Pilor about it. And in that time frame, I was a young cat. I know y'all think I'm about 70 years old. Not yet. But I had no idea. A lot of these things I'm doing right now is just that as a young guy coming up, and even through, it wasn't. Not that it wasn't important. I just didn't. It wasn't a part of my environment in terms of studying, and that's why we push right now to get young folks involved, so they can understand the history, not just that speaks to Dr. King's work, but across cultural and across the entire civic world, if you will, so we can better understand how do we get here? Are we repeating history? Is this something new? And so they can be better prepared as they take over the reins when this old heads retire. So no, I had no idea of this significant event. And so we need to get out and go support it.
Yeah, I'll be there on the ground. I'll be shooting it, and I'm also on the committee again. That's why you see the suits. New, you know what I mean?
Hey, somebody's putting the work on you. I tell you, the hoodie is gone. Last week it was okay.
Hey, listen, the Joe Rogan thing ain't working. All right, I tried it. Candace is the new #1 podcast. The Candace B looked at all. You know what I mean? So hey, I gotta rock with Candace on that.
Yeah, so it's May 8th,
1966.
I was a few months later. I turned 3 years old. I was 3 years old, so I was a young cat.
No doubt. 'Cause
But very, of course, it's significant, and it still be celebrated. I got to get down to Miss Rush's museum. I haven't been there yet, and I'm sure there's a lot more to learn in that in her museum there about our culture, about the works of folks like Dr. King. And so I tell you, I had a moment when I went to that event a few weeks ago down in Charleston, the Gullah. Gullah Trail event, and just learned so much and met so many smart people about our culture. And so this is a part of it. So we just got to be active and get out there and be a part of these kind of things. So big celebration. But then again, when we get this information, what are we going to do with it? How are we going to affect change? Hey, today is a big day. November. This is what, January
13th.
This marks 113 years of Delta Sigma Theta celebration, their anniversary, which, this sorority was founded at Howard University. And what is there? Which one is the real HU? Is it Howard University or is it Hampton? I don't know who's winning that battle right now, but this is where Delta Sigma Theta, which is one of the sororities, part of the D9, and commonly known as the Sisters of the Omega Psi Phi, founded on the same campus, Howard University, Washington, D.C. So this is a big celebration. And a lot of our leaders around here, Dr. Green, Gathers, McCullough, a lot of people that are part of this organization. And really the principle, the founding principle is academic excellence, community service, social action. That you'll see them actively involved in developing our youth and having an impact in the community, which is all of the entire D9 is founded on similar principles, but today is their celebration. And if you go on Facebook, you'll see them all over. All the beautiful ladies out there, flashing their colors and talk a little bit about their experience through Delta Sigma Theta. And again. The big impact is support education, health, economic empowerment, social justice, all these things that, again, Dr. King was an alpha himself. Now, he should have been an omega probably, but he was an alpha. And look at these things that he was heavily involved in, the movements and all those things, that you will find throughout our Greek fraternities. And again, shout out to the sisters and Star Rods of Delta Sigma Theta Incorporated.
No diggy.
So I think So man, that's kind of where I am. I got a long day tomorrow. I won't want to advertise it, but I'm going to be at a remote location. I'll have to probably do a spur of the moment podcast with you, to kind of bring some of that location to the set.
It's all gravy. It's all gravy, man. I'm a chicken farmer, so I won't be far.
Hey man, you bought into this livestock thing here. Have you caught that rooster yet? That's
nah, man. We gotta listen. So here's what happens in the morning times, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like that guy is just I don't know. He may be my spirit rooster. I don't know. He is a free spirit. Dude is like, look, he like, I don't want no problems, because in the morning time, when I look out this window, I look at the chicken coop, he's in front of the chicken coop, like waiting for me to come out and let because I let my chickens free roam during the day. They just kind of hit the woods and and I put stuff out in the yard for them.
Do you have any roosters? You just have hens?
Just two hens, right?
That's bad.
Yeah, but so listen now, he so he'll hang out there, but then about 5:30, 6 o'clock, I know my hens, coming in. As a matter of fact, right now, I need to get out there because I did not close that coop. I'm about to run out there as soon as I get off of here. For real, I forgot to close. I started cooking and doing other stuff. I got to get out there right now.
So it's open.
It's open.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I
They leave the hen house door open.
yeah, I tell you.
What is it? Frog-o and Leghorn? Is that the old cartoon?
So yeah, but he after trapping him in there like twice, oh, he ain't no dumb rooster. Like he don't even come around like, you know what I mean? That time of day he know. Nah, he ain't even and I I throw a little green inside the thing there and try to Brian is not going for that. He is not. He's a different kind of rooster, man.
Yeah, that sounds like Froghorn, man.
Yeah,
That's but nah, I'm very familiar with the chickens, man. We grew up with them, and my grandparents had them all over the place. But we lived out in the country for a while, and so yeah, they're pretty crafty.
Yeah, man.
So if you want to enhance your agility skills, try to catch one of those guys.
Yeah, I tried that for a little while. I have no interest in that kind of foolishness. I promise you that. But what I do have interest in right here is I went 3-3 with my picks, 55. I went 500. I mean, first time, you know what I mean? Publicly revealing my picks or whatever. You know what I mean? I had a guy who sat in front of me yesterday, literally sat in front of me and said, I talked to him before I even unveiled the Pittsburgh pick, which
we're talking NFL now, the playoffs. Yes.
Yeah, which failed horribly, right? I mean, that pick was good until I feel like I'm being trolled right now, bro. I'm being serious, but I'm gonna be calm. I'm gonna be calm, but I feel like I'm being trolled. But
in a bad way?
We'll see in a second.
Don't let them set you off. We won't.
No, it's not gonna set me off. It's just like, what is it?
Impressed tonight.
Yeah, and I guess it's gonna be worse now because before I started wearing the ties and the blazers, you know how you would block somebody. I don't know if you know, but I block somebody and then be like, they're like, okay, then all of a sudden they'll pop back up and I'm like, whoa, you know what I mean? Like, yeah. So, but I'm gonna be calm. But anyway, man, yeah, the rooster, man, that dude is he is I don't know. I'm completely thrown off right now. I'm just keeping it real with you.
That's okay, but again, back to the football. Of course, I wasn't expecting the coach to make it to the playoff, but the Cowboys was, in their minds, they're expected to go. All of these Eagles, all those guys are disappointed.
Eagles. Wait. Eagles. You just triggered something. Hold on a second. Anytime you say Eagles, we talking Philly, Rocky. Here we go.
He's hooking. Damn, Rod, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Enjoy tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
Yeah, that sums it up. But Pittsburgh, look. Hey. Now I can't talk bad about Pittsburgh, because my grandson is, he's like the Jiminy Greek of this time. He's smart about stuff, and he's a Pittsburgh fan. And so, as a grandparent, I got to support. But I tell you what,
that number one defense, man. What Denny Green say? They are who we thought they were.
Oh my God!
Yeah, it was just on paper.
Brutal. I mean, somebody, I think it was Felicia that said today or posted that had the helmet, and the Pittsburgh helmet was all white. She said they got the black beat off of it. And it certainly did. It was a beat down, and I think that's why Mike Tomlin stepped down. So
but I mean, it was, listen, Mike Tomlin has had his run. Mike Tomlin landed in what had to be the best coaching job in the history of the NFL. The Pittsburgh Steelers have on record right now, after Mike Tomlin, to be their fourth coach in the history of the program.
Wow.
So that's a program that's loyal to its coaches. So they ran their relationship definitely ran its course.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was successful in it. He didn't have the, he wasn't he was successful. He had a great run. Now, do I think
what's going to happen? I think he'll transition from there, become be one of the analysts for a few years, and then come back and get this huge check to coach somewhere else. I don't think he's done yet.
you don't think so?
No. Mike Tomlin, no. I think it's in them. They're almost like Rodgers. They know in their minds they are of age. They've been doing this for a long time. Tom Brady, I think I can do this again. And they'll come back in and give it a shot. And hopefully it doesn't end like, Rodgers just did. It was pretty ugly. That's going to be one of all of his success. I think he's going to remember this thing here because, again, in these last few minutes of the game, it's like they gave up. And so, they just started scoring at will. Mm-hmm. And I believe he's probably saw something. This is McClary's assessment. I believe he probably saw something like, okay, based on where we are with this team, I'm not going to be able to bring them back to where they, to where Pittsburgh is accustomed to winning and that kind of business. And again, that's just me, but I was certainly rooting for them because of my grandson. He's AJ is he's diehard Pittsburgh. So I was there. Now, who's going to win this thing all? I tell you, I wasn't expecting New England to look as strong, but they got a really nasty defense. They don't take any prisoners. And so I don't know. It's going to be an interesting rest of the playoffs. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was that Pittsburgh game was didn't go definitely nowhere like I kind of planned. I thought it'd be a little bit closer, but yeah. As far as the rest of the playoffs is concerned, I don't know. I gotta take a little deep dive, deep look, because I really was expecting my Carolina Panthers to win. I thought we had to mow. The only problem was they had Matthew Stafford on the other side.
Yeah,
that's sometimes it's just some things you can't coach for. You feel what I'm saying? But
I don't think Buffalo's I don't think they're gonna get there this time. They have been winning. I think out of sheer determination from Josh Allen.
Yeah, the boy, that's a bad boy, man. That's
He's a bad boy. Guy. I just don't think they're just like Philly. I don't think all of the parts and pieces are moving together consistently for them to get beyond some of these players. I mean, these teams who are playing consistently, not anything sexy, but they're
hold on, man. You said Philly?
He's hooking. Damn, Rod, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Enjoy tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.
This seems to be a little bit personal in nature.
Hey, listen, you know what I'm saying? They're saying, man, that's one of the cities in America that I love to visit. I love to go to Philadelphia, and I'm damn just kicking myself out. I stopped, y'all. All right, that's it. I quit. You know what I mean? I quit.
They're feeling it, man, because I think, unlike Dallas, they know that wasn't going to happen regardless. They know they got 30 years of falling short of. So, but Philly believed that they could have repeated.
Oh, man. And you know what I don't have to hear this year? This right here. Oh man.
Yeah, it's a little it's different. So it's going to be a Cinderella team. If again, New England looks really good across the board. I don't like it. Now Chicago, you got to be very careful with Chicago. Chicago is playing hard. They got those boys down in Chicago next week. Who I think is it the Chargers or the Rams? Which one of those LA? They had two or three teams in LA. But,
Mayor, I apologize. I'm totally being trolled. Yeah, got me. I'm talking about got me. I'm trying to figure out how to get past security. Like, oh my goodness, man. Hey, listen, let me say this right here. they stopped owning niggas like in 1863 or something like that. You know what I mean? So
I know they were pushing your buttons.
yeah, don't think if you give me any kind of money, like I'm just not that kind of, you know what I mean? Like I understand, you know what I mean, dark black, you know what I mean, like, you know what I mean, what they say, blacker than the lack on your living room set. But I just not that I'm not an ownable nigga. Like I'm unruly. I just people try to tell me what to do. It bothers me. Like, ma'am, just
we'll deal with them. We're gonna
listen, ma'am. I'm
not
send
some blessings down their way.
Listen, I'm not gonna block you, but stop trolling me, man. Like I'm just again, that's why I go to work every day. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I figured out what the $6,500 was. I figured out where that came from, right? Because I just got a check for that amount, and I mentioned it. That's what it was. You know what I mean? I can show you the invoice to prove what I'm saying. Like,
oh, wow.
You know what I mean? Yeah, but it was from a government organization. It went from
so it wasn't a GoFundMe or
none of that. No kind of everything is above board. But yes, ma'am, I'm sorry. I hate to tell you, but the slave auction is closed. Like, but I mean, you still can become a subscriber now because you can get exclusive content as a subscriber, and it's only 99. And I'm a cheap slave too. 99. 99 cents a month, man. Okay.
Yeah, you're giving her too much airtime. Tell her if she's gonna send money or tell her to send it. Go ahead about this business.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone.
See that these are the distractions again that causes us to fall short of this America first. When we got people, that's all it is. It's distraction.
That's all it is, man. But hey, listen, I do want to honor my man right here, Yoshio, man. That's my son Jamal right there. His birthday was January 11th. He is deeply missed, and this week also who had a birthday on January 9th was Ralph Johnson. Ralph H. Johnson had a birthday down at I didn't get to go. They had a celebration down at the VA hospital.
That's right.
But it was just, I was glad to even hear and understand that. And this is like his birthday, my grandma's birthday, all these birthdays in the same little weekend right here. So yeah, definitely
certainly prayers with you, man, because you lose a child, especially at that age, it's very difficult. And so my prayers are with you. Yeah,
you saw the piece I sent to you?
I didn't get to. No, I don't.
Okay.
If you did, I'll check it out.
Yeah, check that out, man.
Yeah, I will. We'll definitely be talking as
because a lot of folks don't, and it's been 9 years now since my son was killed in San Diego. He was killed in a murder suicide. Him and a young lady, this Japanese young lady, was killed, and then the man, he was like 55, who did it, killed himself. Yeah. But so when I talk about this gun violence and all this, it's personal to me. All right. Yeah, I don't have to share with you my personal experience all the time, but just understand that it's coming from a place where, no, I don't understand what a parent goes through, what each individual parent is facing, but I can relate. You feel what I'm saying? And just like talking to the young lady about this organization right here, this is motivation for me, right? Because what better way to honor my son on this, after 10 years of this tragedy and being in a state of mourning, and to come out of that, you know what I mean, and do something like this.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Yeah, kids, his young men and women his age.
Absolutely.
So I'm there with you, man. We ride on this together.
No doubt. So there you go, Lori. There you go. Lori says she been here since day one. You know what I mean? When I was wearing t-shirts, now I'm wearing suits and stuff. Now I act like I don't know her at all. Anyway, listen, I gotta go. I gotta go save my chickens. I gotta make sure my chickens are safe. I messing around with y'all. Mess around. I have a renegade rooster. That'd be the only thing I'm owning. But
hey, he's got your attention too because he got a place on the podcast right here. He up front.
Hey, you don't know, boy. Springtime come. Thing, Laura, you stay day one. I'm about to unblock you too on that other account too. I don't know how you. I'm about to unblock you though, but you got a little disrespectful, Laura. You can't talk to me like that. Like I ain't that kind of nigga. I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm just being discreet as hard as like, and I don't mind you calling me a nigga. So you know what I mean. So because I want you to know, like you act crazy, I'ma act like a nigga. Like that nigga act like a nigga. So you know what I mean. So Lori, just calm down now, all right? And whatever, and here's the rules, and then I got to go. Okay. Whenever you see the topic, right? Laura, you know you my people. You can text me. Hey, what we talking about tonight? We gotta stay on talk. We don't talk about what Laura. Now, Laura, if you send me, I am, like I said, slave auction is closed, but I mean, they can, you hit that number, we can open it up for a little while. You know what I mean? You can buy a show, buy a topic. You know what I mean? You can do all that. Now, yeah, I had to do that, Laurie. I really had to do that.
Yeah,
and see, but here's the thing. She talking to me, but she really a fan of yours. And she said that back here. Hold on, let me go up here. She even said it. Like, well, she said, block me, basically, like, I'm here for the mayor or whatever, this and that. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna get the mayor to hook this up on his channel, and you can go over there and see it on this channel. That way, you even got to talk to me. How about that?
Hey, I know what we will do then. If this is the case, we will have a piece. I think it was one point in time that there was adversaries came together at the White House to have a beer or something to sort out some. We're gonna probably meet and have a cup of coffee.
A taco, no. I want a taco. We going to the Mexican restaurant, baby. That's well.
We'll invite our friends, got Miss Lori to come out there and we'll see what's happening. But it's all good. Hey, we want to make sure that everybody get along. That's what it's all about.
No doubt.
So we got to sit down and talk about what it is. We're gonna do that because we all are one.
Yeah, Laurie, I need you over here, but you just can't be bullying. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? This is you into you can't call it domestic violence, internet violence. So you trying to bully and beat people up. Anyway, I gotta go. I got chickens I need to save, y'all. I appreciate you guys for hanging in there. Just one more time.
He's hooking. Damn, Rod, come on! What's the matter with you?
Tomorrow. Let's do it tomorrow.
There is no tomorrow. There is no tomorrow.